Your Honor, Chief Justice, and other members of the judiciary, my colleague, Minister Collins from the Kingdom of Swaziland, and other ministers and deputy ministers present, Honorable Meshwa, Member of Parliament and the National Assembly in the Republic of South Africa, and other members of Parliament, members of provincial legislatures, CEOs of companies and chairpersons of companies, church leaders. In the name of Jesus, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asked to pass a vote of thanks. I hope nobody will call a point of order. Your Excellencies, I'm privileged to have been given this opportunity to come and greet you this evening. Obviously, as you know, we spend much of our time howling at each other in Parliament. Sometimes it's relaxing to find yourself in an occasion like this. When the convener, no, it's not him who called me, it's me who called him for something else. And he said, you're invited to this occasion. I didn't understand what he was talking about. I just agreed. I said, look, okay, I will come. It's in the evening anyway on a Friday, so at least it will relieve my stress of during the week. Little did I know what type of an occasion it is. I came to know in the course of time as I was trying to research to understand what is this occasion all about. And I would like to congratulate you, Mr. Mseleki, and your team for having had a vision and having started the steps towards assisting humanity. In most cases, most of us are concerned about our own surroundings, about myself, my family, my relatives, and less concerned about other people in the world. And sometimes we forget that any effort we take requires a collaborative exercise. The more we are, the more we focus on one vision, the more the possibility for us to succeed. There are two experiences which I thought I need to share with you. One of them is a bit some years old, some years ago. I play music sometimes quite hectic. So I meet a lot with fellow artists. So one time I'm in Zimbabwe, I meet Oliver Mtukudzi at Norton. We stop at the filling station to refuel, so we saw each other and then we talk. We normally meet at festivals and there you don't talk. You play, you go. So he says to me, you know, for all these years we have been playing music, I never knew you were a politician. But he said something important, that at least if there's somebody who understands music, who is a politician, probably one day our problems will be resolved. A week ago, I met somebody in Cape Town. And he says to me, you know, I didn't know you are a Christian. I didn't know you are very senior in a church. But now that amongst the politicians there's somebody senior, we hope politicians will understand what what the people think about. Now, my world has been opened again today to a new world. A new world of people who are committed to help society worldwide. People with passion, who are looking at things differently. All of us, as we live, we have got a choice. Life is about choices we make. Every step you take, you are confronted by different options. And it's only through the wisdom of God that you get the wisdom to take the right choice. There are a lot of temptations in the world, and I can assure you, every decision you make, you have got options. There's no single time when you have to make a decision, you are confronted only with one option. Doesn't happen. Every time you are confronted with choices, and you have to make a choice. And only through the wisdom of God, you will make the right one. If you make a wrong decision, don't blame God and say, no, God led me astray. It is at that point that you say, God, I made a wrong choice. Give me wisdom. How do I get out of it? Most of us, from time to time, are confronted with very tricky situations. In my life, I've always been given very tricky jobs. Very tricky, very new, very complicated. And every time, I ask for wisdom from God. Help us to go through this. And with the help of my wife and my family, with the help of the prayers from the church, we always find the solution. We always find something to take us through the difficulties which we face. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and Sunday I'm supposed to go to church. And one of my friends calls and says, you know, there's a golf day. Don't you want to come to a golf day? Sometimes I get tempted. My wife says, we are not going there. Today's church, you can go after church. So it is critical that every time when we're confronted with an opportunity to make a choice and make a decision, you have to ask yourself a question. Under these circumstances, what would Jesus do? Confronted with these two choices, what would Jesus do? And the only thing you need to do is to ask God for His wisdom, to take that decision which is in the best interest of humanity, in the best interest of Jesus Christ. With those few words, convener, Mr. Mselik and your team, I would like to congratulate you for the steps you are taking. And obviously, the more we know about your work, the more we'll be closer. There's a tendency in society to want to castigate politicians. They must live alone. So you blame them for all the things and you don't call them to church. They only come during elections. It's wrong. The more we begin to understand your work, the more we begin to understand you, the more we begin to appreciate what the world is all about. And therefore, our president amongst yourself should not be only when we are coming to canvass. It's most importantly when we come to share the ideas, to get the wisdom and the experiences of other people in their life and how we can better contribute to the life of our people. Thank you.